Your parents retired with a check every month for life. You're saving the same way they did, except you aren't. Not even close. And somebody keeps telling you that's the same deal, just dressed up differently. So, which is it? Here's the question nobody asks out loud. What if pensions came back tomorrow? Your employer announces it Monday morning. Guaranteed paycheck for life starting at 65. You'd take it. Most people would say yes before they finished hearing the question, and then they'd watch their next paycheck. And something would feel different. Because a pension isn't free, it was never free. It's a paycheck that already left your bank account, just earlier than you noticed, before you ever saw it, before you ever spent it. Start with what a pension actually is from the company's side of the desk. It's a 30-year promise. The company tells a 35-year-old, we will pay you a monthly check for life, starting at 65. That promise has to be funded today, not at retirement. Today, the accounting rules force it. Since 1987, every dollar of future pension promise sits on the company's balance sheet as a liability. So when you ask, what's a pension worth, the real question is different. What does it cost the company to keep that promise? The answer changes with three things: life expectancy, interest rates, and how long you stay. In 1980, the math was easy. People retired at 65 and died around 75. 10 years of payments. Interest rates were double digits, so the pension fund grew fast in the background. The promise was cheap to keep. Today, life expectancy at 65 is closer to 85. 20 years of payments. Interest rates spent 15 years near zero. The same promise costs roughly 3 times what it used to. Same handshake. Triple the price. That's the 30-year promise. It's not a benefit. It's deferred wages, paid out as a guaranteed annuity, funded from money the company would have otherwise paid you in salary or 401k match. This is the part most people get wrong. They assume pensions disappeared because executives got greedy. That's the moral story. The actual story is the math. Longer lives, lower rates. A 1987 accounting rule that put the whole promise on the balance sheet, where shareholders and analysts could see it every quarter. It's not that companies stopped caring about workers. It's that the math broke. So what would happen if pensions came back tomorrow? 3 honest scenarios. Scenario 1. The free pension fantasy. Your employer flips a switch. You get a pension on top of everything else you have. Your salary stays the same. Your 401k match stays the same. Your benefits don't change. This is what most people picture when they hear, bring back pensions. It doesn't happen. It can't. The median private pension pays about $953 a month. To fund that promise for a 35-year-old today, the company has to set aside around $200,000 over your career. That money has to come from somewhere. There is no balance sheet where the math just works out. Scenario 2. The cost swap. Your employer brings back a pension. To pay for it, they cut your 401k match. They slow your raises. They freeze headcount for 2 years. You end up with a guaranteed paycheck in retirement and a smaller paycheck right now. This is the realistic one. It's already happened. IBM brought back its frozen pension in January 2024. The same month, IBM ended its 5% 401k match. Workers got a guarantee for the future. They also got a smaller current paycheck. The company saved billions in cash compensation. That's the trade. Pensions don't appear out of thin air. They come out of what's already in your check. Scenario 3. The trap. You take the pension. It vests over 20 years. You can't take it with you when you leave. You hate your job at year 8. You stay. You hate your job at year 15. You stay. The pension makes you afraid to move. This is the part nobody talks about. The pension era wasn't just stability, it was immobility. People stayed in jobs they couldn't stand because leaving meant walking away from 20 years of deferred salary. The same machine that promises you a check at 65 also tells you, every year not to leave. It's not security. It's a salary you can't carry with you. Here's what's actually happening right now. IBM brought back the pension. That made every headline. What the headlines missed, IBM had a $3.5 billion surplus in its frozen pension plan. Treasury yields finally went back up. The math worked again. For that one company, with that specific balance sheet in that exact interest rate window. Not a comeback, a surplus disposal. Public sector pensions in some states are expanding. Teachers, firefighters, state employees. The median public pension is about $2,078 a month, twice the private number. There's a reason. Many of those workers don't get Social Security. The pension isn't extra, it's the whole thing. For most private companies, the kind you actually work for, bringing back a real pension would require giving up the cost flexibility 401ks gave them. The board won't approve it. Not because anyone's evil, because nobody can promise interest rates 20 years from now. So, when you hear pensions are coming back, here's what to listen for. The promise of guaranteed money for life is almost never free. It's a trade. The good version of that trade is when somebody else takes the longevity risk and the market risk. And you give up some current cash and some mobility to get it. The bad version is when you pay for it and never see what you paid. You can't bring back a pension by waiting for one, but you can build something close. Tonight, before you go to sleep, pull up your 401k. Find the line that shows your employer match. That number is your current pension. It's the only one you're getting. Decide if you're putting in enough to capture every dollar of it. That's the trade. Make it on purpose, not by accident. If you found this useful, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more simple explanations.